What if I told you that every successful online business starts with just one thing? Not passion, not following your dreams, not even having the perfect product. It starts with problems. I'm talking about real painful problems that keep people up at 3 a.m. Googling for solutions. Problems that make them pull out their credit card and spend money they don't have because they're desperate for an answer. Here's the thing that most people get backwards. They think, what do I want to sell? When they should be asking, what problem am I solving? I started my channel because I've been an entrepreneur for over 17 years and I get the same questions all the time from non-business owners. Plus, I also love helping people start or manage their businesses. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear 7-step roadmap to turn any problem into a profitable online business. Even if you're starting from zero, you have a new channel like me, and you think you have nothing valuable to offer. I've personally used this exact framework to help many people launch their first online business, and today I'm breaking it all down for you. Step 1. Ask, what problem can I solve? This is the foundation of everything. No problem equals no profit, period. Most people start a business by asking, what am I passionate about? Wrong question. The right question is, what problem can I solve that people will actually pay money to fix? Here's how to find your golden problem. First, ask yourself, what do people always come to you for advice? Maybe friends are constantly asking you about making their famous mac and cheese or organizing their homes or doing their makeup. Or in my case, how do I set up my business? That's not random. That's a great business opportunity. Second, what problem do you have that you've figured out? This is pure gold because you've walked the path. You know the real struggles, not just the surface level stuff. You know what actually works and what's just fluff. Third, what frustrates people in major life areas? Think health, money, time, relationships, career, work, taking care of elder parents. These are evergreen problems that will never go away. Here's a real example. One of my clients, Sarah, used to be buried in $157,000 of credit card debt. She was embarrassed, stressed, and felt hopeless. A few years ago, I was in a similar situation with a ton of credit card debt from my businesses. I entered all the debt I owed on a spreadsheet, including interest rate and an offer amount. I called each creditor and made a settlement offer along with terms. Some accepted right away, and others it took months of negotiations. I was able to pay off all that debt in about 14 months. Many people paid debt consolidation companies to negotiate on their behalf. Well, I did this on my own and saved a ton of money in fees. Sarah was able to pay off all her debt after I showed her what I did, and she also created a business out of it. And so now she sells her spreadsheet and her system, and she's helped many, many people get out of debt just like she did. That's her online business now. Another student, Mike, was a single dad juggling 3 kids and a full-time job. He created a meal planning system that saved him 10 hours a week. Now he sells that same system to other overwhelmed parents. Your biggest struggle might be someone else's biggest business opportunity, and that someone could be you. Step 2, research the pain points. Once you've got a problem in mind, you need to dig deeper. You're looking for what people actually struggle with, not just what you think they struggle with. This is where most people mess up. They assume they know the problem, but they're solving the wrong thing entirely. Here's how to research like a pro. First, Google it, type in how to, whatever the problem, and see what comes up. Look at the top 10 results. What are they promising? What are they missing? The gaps you see are your opportunities. Second, dive into Reddit and Facebook groups. This is where people vent their real frustrations. They're not trying to sound smart or professional. They're just desperate for help. Look for posts that get the most comments and engagement. That's where the pain is. Third, check Amazon book reviews, especially the 3-star ones. 5-star reviews tell you what people love. 1-star reviews are usually just angry. But 3-star reviews, that's where people saying, this was good, but I wish it also covered. Boom, there's your missing piece. Fourth, pay attention to the emotional language people use. Do they say they're frustrated, overwhelmed, desperate, exhausted? These emotion words are gold because people buy based on feelings, not logic. For example, when Sarah was researching debt solutions, she found that people weren't just worried about numbers. They were ashamed, scared their spouse would leave them, and afraid they'd never be able to retire. That emotional insight shaped how she marketed her solution. Find the emotional trigger, and you'll find your customers. Step 3. Choose the right business type. Now that you understand the problem deeply, you need to decide how you'll solve it. This is where you choose your business model. Don't overthink this. You have 4 main options. Option 1, digital products. Think templates, guides, checklists, printables, or toolkits. These are great because you create them once and sell them forever. Sarah's debt payoff spreadsheet is a perfect example. She spent 1 weekend creating it and has sold thousands of copies. Option 2, online coaching or consulting. This is selling your knowledge and expertise directly. You can do one-on-one sessions, group coaching, or intensive workshops. Higher price point, but you're trading time for money. Option 3, online courses or workshops. You teach your solution step by step through video lessons, workbooks, and assignments. This is the sweet spot for many people. Higher value than digital products, but more scalable than one-on-one coaching. Option 4, service-based businesses, freelancing, virtual assistants, bookkeeping, design, writing, basically doing something for people they don't want to do for themselves. Here's the key. Don't try to be Amazon. Don't try to solve every problem for every person. Pick one problem for one type of person and solve it really well. Mike, the single dad, he started with just one weekly meal planning service. That's it. Not nutrition coaching, not fitness plans, not parenting advice, just meal planning. Once that took off, then he expanded. Start narrow. You can always go wider later, but you can't succeed if you start too broad. Step 4, build a minimum value offer. Here's where most people waste months or even years. They think they need the perfect product, the perfect website, the perfect everything before they can start selling. Wrong. You need to test a basic version of your offer first. This is called a minimum viable offer, the simplest version of your solution that still solves the core problem. Examples of MVOs. Instead of a full course, create a 10-page PDF guide and sell it for $19. Sarah's first product wasn't a complete debt elimination system, it was just her budget spreadsheet for $9. Instead of ongoing coaching, offer 3 beta spots for a discounted rate. Get feedback, refine your process, then raise your prices. Instead of a comprehensive workshop, launch a 30-minute mini training that solves one tiny piece of the problem. If people love it, you know you're onto something. One of my students, Jennifer, wanted to help people organize their homes. Instead of creating a massive organization course, she started by selling a simple 1-hour kitchen declutter checklist for $12. It took her 2 hours to create, and she sold 50 copies in the first week. That told her people wanted what she was offering. So she created a bathroom checklist, then a bedroom checklist, then eventually bundled them all into a full home organization system. See, the point is, you don't need a perfect product. You need a proven one. Let the market validate your idea with real money before you invest months building something nobody wants. Start small, test fast, then scale what works. Step 5, create a simple landing page. Now you need somewhere to send people to buy your offer. don't panic. You don't need a fancy website that costs $5,000. You just need one simple page that does one job, explains your solution, and lets people buy it. Your landing page needs 5 things. First, a clear headline that speaks to the problem. Not "Welcome to my website," but something like "Finally, a budget that actually works for real people." Or "Stop meal planning chaos. Get dinner done in 10 minutes." Second, explain who you are. Be specific. Busy parents is better than everyone. Women in their 30s drowning in credit card debt is even better. Third, what your solution is and what they'll get. Don't just list features, explain the outcome. Instead of, "You get 12 spreadsheets," say, "You'll know exactly where every dollar goes and have a plan to pay off debt 3 times faster." Fourth, some kind of proof it works. Customer testimonials, your own results, before and after stories. People need to believe it's possible. Fifth, a clear call to action. Buy now for $19 or book your free consultation or download instantly. Make it obvious what they should do next. Here's some tools to build this. Systemo, ConvertKit, card, or even a simple Google Doc with a PayPal button. I've seen people make their first $1,000 with nothing but a Google Doc and Venmo. The goal isn't to win design awards. The goal is clarity. If a confused mind never buys, then your job is to make everything crystal clear. Step 6, start talking about the problem online. Now comes the part that scares most people, getting visible. But here's what you need to understand. You're not trying to convince people that they have a problem. They already know they have a problem. You're just trying to show them you understand it too. Go where your people hang out. If you help parents, join parenting Facebook groups. If you help small business owners, get on LinkedIn or Twitter. If you help people with debt, find personal finance communities. Then start sharing valuable content around the problem. Tell stories about how you overcame the struggle. People connect with stories way more than statistics. Point out mistakes to avoid. Like, "I wish someone had told me this when I was starting," whatever. Share results from people you've helped, even if it's just friends and family at first. The key is value first. Don't lead with, "Buy my thing." Lead with, "Here's something that will help you right now." Here's what happens. People start seeing you as the person who gets their problem. They begin following you, engaging with your content, and eventually asking, "How can I work with you?" Jennifer, the organization expert, started by posting one decluttering tip per day in a Busy Moms Facebook group. She never mentioned her checklist in the post. But people started messaging her asking for help. That's when she'd share her solution. You don't need 100,000 followers. You need 100 people who trust you and have the problem you solve. Step 7, start selling. This is where you turn problem solving into profit. And here's the mindset shift you need. Your job isn't to convince people to buy. Your job is to help people who already want what you're offering. Think about it. When you're Googling how to pay off debt fast at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not browsing for fun. You're looking for a solution, and you're ready to pay for the right one. Now, here's how to sell without being sleazy. Use DMs to have real conversations. When someone comments on your content asking for help, message them. Don't pitch immediately. Ask questions, understand their specific situation, then share how you might be able to help. Set up simple email automation. Create a 3-email welcome sequence that shares your story, provides value, and soft sells your solution. Most email platforms can do this automatically. Add soft calls to action to your content. End a post with, "Struggling with this? I've got a simple guide that walks you through it step by step. Link it in my bio." Or, "Want help with this specific situation? Send me a message." Be consistent but not pushy. Share the solution when it's relevant, but not in every single post. Sarah sells her debt elimination system by simply sharing her story and results. She'll post about paying off another $1,000 and people ask how she did it. That's when she shares her method. Mike gets meal planning clients by posting his weekly meal prep on Instagram. Parents see how organized and simple it looks and ask for his system. See, you're not interrupting people's day with ads. You're being helpful when they're already looking for help. Let's bring this all together. Forget passion projects, forget following your dreams, forget complicated business plans. Start with problems, real problems that real people lose sleep over. Research those problems until you understand them better than the people who had them. Choose a simple way to solve that problem, and you have a business. Test a basic version before you build something complex. Create a simple page that explains your solution. Show up consistently where your people are, providing value first. Then help people who are ready to be helped. Your business isn't about you, it's about the person on the other side of the screen, desperately searching for an answer at 2 a.m., feeling frustrated and stuck and ready to pay for a solution. You could be that solution. You could be the person who finally helps them sleep better at night. And you could build a business that changes both your lives in the process. If this roadmap helped you see the possibilities, smash that like button. Drop your business idea in the comments below. I'd love to hear that. And subscribe for more beginner-friendly tips on turning everyday problems into profitable online businesses. Your first customer is out there right now, searching for exactly what you could offer. Don't keep them waiting.